Today, the new Sears Snare event has launched for Fire Emblem Heroes, and I wanted to explain how the mode works after playing it for a bit. Real quick, I have two announcements. First, Happy Mother's Day everyone. Second, I will be traveling sometime within the next week, and I will have to miss covering the upcoming bridal banner. I would still like to make a video about those new units, but it's gonna be pretty late. Sorry about that. On to Sears Snare. This is the new Rogue-lite game mode for Faye, and after getting to try it out on the first day, I think it's pretty fun so far. You will be using a 4-man team, but units only start off with their weapon, assist, and special skills. Their ABC and Sacred Seal passives need to be unlocked during the event, and this unlocking method is RNG. I would suggest maybe not bringing a unit who entirely depends on their unique passive, since you may not be able to get it until very late. Now, there are some restrictions for your team. You can only use one copy of a unit, one dancer, and one savior armor unit. You cannot use dual or harmonized skills. If your unit has no passives, they will get random skills instead. There are also bonus titles for this game. The first event has Awakening and Mystery of the Emblem. Bonus units gain plus 10 HP plus for all stats, and they get 3 Sacred Seal slots. You will be building units with skills in this event, and those extra Sacred Seal slots actually let you use any A, B, or C passive you earn. If you play the event, you will understand how powerful that is, so try to use the bonus units. Important to note, HP carries over between stages, so not a bad idea to bring a healer of some kind. Unfortunately, we are time gated with 5 stamina refreshing per day. Each stage costs 1 stamina to play. However, the roguelike part of Sears Snare comes in the form of being able to unwind time. When you do this, you restart with all the stamina you have used so far, meaning you can actually play this event over and over and over. The enemies you face and the skills you earn are random. The boss stages seem set in stone, but you can have vastly different experiences based on what skills you have. If you're struggling, you can return to the very beginning, and this lets you change your team out. You can also keep 20% of the rift vessels you earn, which is the currency of the mode. Sears Snare has rewards for the first time you clear each stage, with 30 stages in total. You can reset the game as much as you want, but the goal is to clear all 30 stages one time through. There are branching paths you have to take with 4 types of stages. Normal battles have beginner, intermediate, and advanced difficulties. These are blue, red, and purple respectively. I believe higher difficulty might grant better skill options, but even the red stages were giving me tier 4 skills. As for the letter next to each stage, these designate if you get A, B, or C skills as your reward. Next are the boss stages, coming in 2 difficulties. Every path leads to either option, but you must complete the advanced purple boss fight to receive 2,000 extra feathers as your reward. Boss battles are tough, but you are allowed to restart the turn if you lose a unit. Now our third type are the Vanner Seals, which are basically the in-game shop. Spend your rift vessels here, and so far these seem incredibly worthwhile to visit. You can get some really good stuff there. Last up, these safe havens let you heal your allies. Maybe you want to do a run without a dedicated healer. Now there are some changes to the main gameplay of Faye in this mode. The weapon triangle has new rules. Red, blue, and green allies gain damage versus colorless foes. Colorless allies gain slight damage versus RGB foes. The big one you must respect is that colorless foes gain major damage and damage reduction when facing your colorless allies. For the numbers, the weapon triangle attack modifiers are not changed like with triangle adept. Instead, bonus damage comes in the form of true damage on hit, while on the defensive side, units get flat damage reduction and or damage reduction from area effect specials. The values are equal to the percent of your attack stat. The damage RGB allies gain versus colorless is 20% attack as true damage. The minor damage colorless allies gain versus RGB enemies is only 10% attack. Now, keep in mind, the regular red, green, and blue triangle actually is stronger in this mode. In addition to 20% attack as true damage, you also get 20% attack as flat damage reduction and 80% DR for AoE specials. You cannot just nuke disadvantaged colors with your AoE spam. Now, the real scary part of this is that for enemy colorless units, they gain a massive 40% attack as true damage plus 40% attack as flat DR versus our colorless units. A measly 50 attack unit already gets 20 true damage and 20 flat DR. I heavily discourage using a colorless unit to fight the colorless enemies. Now, for the fun part of Sears Snare, it is similar to Hollow Forms, where you get to build your units up with random skills. Every battle completion, you let you pick a selection of skills, plus a value of rift vessels. The game shows you who can use each skill, and only skills your team can use will appear as rewards. Their original skills will not appear though, and there are no repeat skill rewards. There are some other rules for what skills can show up. No movement passives, which is probably so you can't break the game. No useless non-combative skills like EXP bonuses. No arena or 8th raid skills. Lastly, no stat comparing skills. I'm surprised by that one, but it makes sense. Now there are some other rewards to earn or buy from the shop. Random slot unlock randomly unlocks one of the original skills on your unit, full RNG. You then have team slot unlock, which gives you another set of skills for the entire team. You have 3 sets to build with in this mode, plus the unit's original skills. Things are going to get insane as you move further into the event, however keep in mind you only get to use each skill once. You can swap them around, but it's like a piece of gear. Only one unit gets the skill. This is why there are no repeats in the rewards and why you can't get skills on your unit's original builds. If you want Near Trace Kanto for 4 units, you either need to unlock it randomly 4 times, or you need to get 4 different Near Trace variants while playing. Now, on day 1 of Sears Snare, you get 10 stamina to play with, which means you can get 10 stages in. It will take another 4 days to get 20 more stamina, and if you do not fail any stages, you'll complete the event's 30 stage requirement. I assume once that happens, you can reset any number of times to keep playing, but you're not going to get more rewards. If you do end up failing or you're feeling like you're struggling, you can full reset the run just like a roguelike game. You get to keep some rift vessels to spend, so yeah, you can keep retrying over and over to finish off the mode. Some quick tips: I think units with unique weapons or assist skills that focus on movement will shine. It becomes very apparent how strong Kanto is to escape danger with the new weapon triangle rules and your units not having their full builds to start with. Enemies have their refined weapons, so even the first sub-boss and boss stages were not very easy. Since this first Sears Snare has Awakening as bonus title, I think Chrom and or Lucina with their extra action assist skills will be strong if you're not going to bring a dancer. I tested out Dual and Brave Chrom and they make a nasty tag team. For healers, maybe bring a Caver Flyer healer and try to get them Kanto as quick as possible. If you're going to bring a colorless unit to fight with, you must be wary of other colorless units. It is actually such a crazy change. That'll be it for Sears Snare though. Perhaps the event may get some updates in the future, but currently it's been a fun new experience so far. We'll see how bad the later stages end up being. Thank you for watching though, have fun with the new event, and see you in the next video.